And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Merry Christmas. We are on Christmas Eve right now, so Merry Christmas. Hopefully everybody's safe. Hopefully you've avoided that storm. Hopefully you just have some power, some food to eat, and all that good stuff. But we will get rocking and rolling in a minute. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over the mainstream media, social media, everywhere. And I don't know where to start. First of all, how's my sound? Is the sound good? Is everything sounding the way it's supposed to sound? Y'all please let me know if everything's good. But we got a whole lot happening. A lot of you guys have been watching the whole Tory Lanez case. I will talk about that because that's more than a TMZ type situation. There's a lot going on there that I need to discuss. Also, the woke Marines saying that using the word American is somehow toxic. Also, Avatar has some sort of cultural appropriation. We'll talk about that. And there was a situation at a Walmart in Mississippi where a woman was taken hostage, and that woman that took her hostage wound up getting shot and killed by the police. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. Also, there's quite a few other topics that I've not had a lot of time to discuss since I've been traveling, but we're going to get to quite a few of those. And I'm glad you guys are here with me on this Christmas Eve. I thank y'all again for being here. And we'll talk about all those things I mentioned and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. Let's get the camera in there. There we go. Thank you for being here yet again. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. Please pardon the background and the camera and everything. I am traveling, so the best I could do for right now, maybe in the future, I can get a better camera to travel with, but I'm using this laptop camera right now, so that's the best we got. But thank y'all again for being here. I got a microphone, though. You see? I got a nice little microphone here. This is a Shure MV7. It's good to travel, but this microphone base is crazy. It's like every time I go through TSA with this microphone base, they stop it. Oh, what's in your bag, sir? I need to take the base out of the bag before they find it. But thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. If you like what you're hearing so far, if you enjoy my show, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. You guys let me know how the sound is, because it's been a while since I've done this, since I've had this kind of setup, since I've been on the road traveling, doing the travel streams. So y'all let me know. Say it looks just fine. Not worry about the background and gadgets. Okay, thank you, Wise Dove. I appreciate it. I think the most important thing here tonight would be the sound. Oh yeah, and thank you all for being here. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I could be using the phone. Yeah, that's not gonna be using anything, right? So I appreciate y'all. I'll be able to take calls later if I'm not mistaken. Y'all give me a while on that. But I'm gonna just talk for a minute here first. You guys know about my sponsors. Thank you all for visiting all the pages this year. My page, of course, AnthonyBLogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Also, and once you go to AnthonyBLogan.com, hopefully everything's fixed. Some of you guys said that you couldn't access the page because there was some weird ads showing and it was just kind of a mess. But the page should be good now. If it's not, then I'm calling my host today and they're getting fired immediately. But if you go to the website, on the front page, there should be an article for each video that I produce. So you're always able to find my sources. You're able to find where I get a particular thing from, how I came up with it, or whatever it is. I always cite my sources. So my website is a place for you to go to get that good quality information. Also, go to the contact page on the website, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact. You can find my email address, my snail mail address, my social media handles, my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff will be right there on the contact page. Again, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact. Where's my hat? Couldn't pack it. I got so much stuff in my bag already. So what you want to do? I was trying to find the Christmas hat, but hey, time is not on my side. That's all. Oh, and traveling. I'll talk about traveling in a minute because a lot of you guys are dealing with the crazy travel. I'll talk about my travel experience in just a moment. But, of course, AnthonyBLogan.com, that's the place to go to. Go to the contact page, go to the regular page, go wherever you're going to go. You can find everything you need right there on the website. Also, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more. I don't have any with me right now on the road, but you can find some right now on the website at ablmerch.com. Check it on out. Thank you for doing that. Also, go to my sponsors page. I normally have my flags in the background, but obviously I'm not at home. Go to bhedesigns.com to get those flags that are normally on my wall. Links will be in the description. Go to patriotpost.us for your best source of news and information. That'll be in the description as well. And is that everything? That's pretty much everything I wanted to get to as far as the sponsors. Oh, this is a podcast right now. I'm going to try to get this uploaded as soon as possible. Maybe I can do it tonight because since I'm traveling, I got to download it from YouTube. So if I could download it from YouTube and then convert it to an MP3 file, I should put it up tonight and then it'll be available in the morning for you guys on your favorite audio streaming platform, whether that be Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, etc. Links for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. And if you're over there right now, or if you're going to go over there in the future, please give me a 5-star rating. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a positive review. Whatever you can't do on the audio streaming platforms, that'll be a tremendous help. Now, before I get into tonight's topics, again, thank you all for being here. Merry Christmas. And let's talk about my travel experience. Before we get to the heavy political stuff, my travel experience. Now, I am in Virginia, and it's cold here, but it's not as cold as what some of you guys have experienced. It's about, I say, how cold is it right now? About 20 degrees. And really, it's not that bad until the wind blows. Oh, that wind out here. Yesterday, the wind was blowing. It was nuts. That wind is like you're getting punched in the face. Like if Mike Tyson was just handing out free punches to the face, that's how the cold felt. And I'm not even really exaggerating. It was really bad with the wind and the cold. So right now it's let me see, 24 degrees. Okay, 24 degrees right now here in Norfolk. So it's cold, but it's not as cold as what some of you guys have experienced. Just where I live in Tennessee, it was like 8 degrees, 9 degrees, and rolling blackouts. I've been hearing about the rolling blackouts. All the power out here is cool. There's no power outages. Everything is good. But I've heard about the rolling power outages. Now, in Tennessee, the power company, or one of the power companies, said they were going to do rolling blackouts for 15-minute intervals. Okay, now I'm not really sure how that's going to go. 15 minutes per zone, per neighborhood. I don't know how they really do it, but they said rolling blackouts for 15-minute intervals. Now, some guys are saying, hey, my 15 minutes been coming 3 hours. So what's going on with that? I thought it would be for a short time, but my power's been out for the past 3-4 hours. And if you have an electric heater or something like that, you got a problem. Electric heaters right now with the power out, I mean, you're going to be ice cold. Now, thankfully, I have a gas heater, and I'm not even home. But if I was home, I'd be fine because I got a gas furnace, so I'd be okay. And I think my hot water heater is also gas powered, so I'll be fine if I was home. It'll just be real cold, and I probably wouldn't want to go anywhere. But there have been rolling power outages right now, and the reason is because it's a heavy strain on the power grid because it's so cold. People are running their heat up to the max, or their heat is being taxed to the max. They may not have their heat on a very high setting. However, having the heat on 65 is a lot when you're trying to go from 0 to 65. It can be a high tax on the power grid. So they're doing rolling blackouts in Tennessee. Now, I'm not really sure about the rest of the country, but in Tennessee, that's the case. I'm hearing about pipes bursting. Matter of fact, so there's rolling blackouts in East Tennessee. Thank you to Moonshine Girl for that one. 11 degrees by you, 7 degrees where others are. Okay. So there was a video I saw in Atlanta because it's also very cold in Atlanta right now. And pipes are bursting. I don't know what the deal is. People are not, and it's not even about necessarily people's houses. It's like shopping malls, Lenox Mall, I think Cumberland Mall. A lot of apartment complexes and whatnot have had problems with their pipes bursting. And I think this was the second time or another time recently that Lenox Mall had it happen to them with the pipes bursting. Now, this is a good angle because it's like mirrored. So I can give you guys footage on my phone without having necessarily shoot to my, well, I could show it over here too. Okay, pardon me, y'all. I'm kind of getting used to the new or the slightly different setup. So y'all give me a second. I'ma find the clip that I'm gonna show you guys about the pipes bursting in Atlanta. It's pretty bad. Oh, here it is. So let's get this on the regular screen and let's get some sound. That'll be good as well. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. So here we are. And try to get some sound. That'll be cool as well. Let's not have your eardrums burst, but just enough sound. So you see what's happening right there. Now this is the entrance to Lenox Mall, and this looks like I'm thinking that the pipes have burst, but it looks like that's the sprinklers going off. I don't know why the sprinklers be going off right now when you have super cold temperatures. Is there a fire? I don't see a fire. I don't know. Maybe it's the pipes. I can't really call it at this point.
ATL scoop, the punch shot done turned to the aquarium.
Oh, this sucker don't give a fuck. I do.
So the Sky Lounge at the airport. You know, people keep talking about the Delta Sky Lounge like it's like I have a bunch of Delta points and I got the car and all of that, but I've never gone to an actual Sky Lounge. I don't see the purpose. And it looks like the Sky Lounge got flooded as well at the airport. Hopefully they mop all that stuff back up before I go back. 'Cause I'm going back this week. I don't have time to be dealing with the floods and whatnot inside the airport. I'm trying to go from point A to point B. So let's just mop all that up and we'll be good to go. So this looks like somebody's apartments right here. And there's flooding inside. Fire alarms going off. And I've been to those apartments before. Brookwood Valley. Let me see where that's at. Brookwood Valley Apartments. Hold on. Because that looks very familiar. Hold on. And, I mean, imagine your apartment building has the pipes burst. That would be a lot going on. Let me see. Brookwood Valley. Yeah, I've been over there. Right next to it. I've been to that particular area. Yeah, absolutely. Yup.
Look at my mat, my home mat swims away.
So yeah, everywhere in Atlanta. Lenox Mall. It's a whole big mess. So hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully your pipes are nice and insulated. Just be careful because you could do right by, on your end, doing right. But if someone else has, if you go into an establishment and their pipes aren't really up to code or they're not doing the precautions necessary to be able to insulate or whatever, you could be in for a bad situation. You could be eating, I don't even know why you really would be out trying to have dinner right now with the cold temperatures in a place like Atlanta that's not really used to the cold because you're dealing with the roads. The roads are a mess. You're going to have black ice. You're going to have just a lot of extra stuff going on. Right now, I would stay at the house. Exactly, William. Just go ahead and stay home. Just go ahead and stay home and do what you can to protect yourself, okay? Make sure you got, if you can protect your faucets outside if you need to, cover those up, have the best way you can. Run your water with a slight, like a line of water so it prevents your pipes from freezing. Do whatever you can. Have your heat on in the house. people sometimes make a mistake of when they go out of town, they turn the heat off. That's a mistake because it'll get very cold in your house, and that's going to aid in the pipes freezing. I saw a video where it was so cold that the water was coming out, like how they say, like a line of water coming out of the actual faucet in the sink. And as it was coming out, it was creating a piece of ice. It resembled an iceberg in the water. Obviously, it was not an iceberg, but that's what it looked like in the water. It looked kind of like that. As the water was running, it was contacting the cold sink, I suppose, and the cold air and starting to freeze. Chill at home. Wish I had a sound effect for that one. Oh yeah, if you're outside right now, if you are a homeless person, man, may God be with you, because you're not going to survive in this kind of cold. If it's 0 degrees outside, I mean, ain't no kind of blankets that can really help you. I mean, especially if you got rain going on, because once your clothing gets wet, that's going to freeze too. So if you got a blanket or blankets and it gets any kind of water on it, that's not, I mean, yeah. They have warming centers in places in certain cities across the country where you can go to if you're cold and get yourself warmed up. Now, I'm not sure how long you can stay there. Is it a homeless shelter? Is it like just a temporary place you can warm up and then move on about your business? I have no idea. But yeah, Robert Johnson says, go to the mall and slip and fall, $ smiley face. Hey, you know what? Of course, some people are going to do that. That's a thing. But guess what? They're going to have them wet floor signs everywhere, aren't they? They're going to have those wet floor signs all over the place. Hold on. Y'all know. And how they say, what's the, they got it in Spanish too. Piso mojado. Yeah, they're going to have them signs all over the place. So as long as they got them signs up, you can't do nothing. You might as well just stay at the crib at that point. Oh, now they got signs in Mandarin as well. Look at that. Now, if you see something like this, if you see that, if you see that wherever you live at, then hey, you pretty much just go ahead and just go ahead and say, you know what, it was a good run. It was cool while it lasted, but it's over with. You seeing signs in Mandarin Chinese out where you live at, and in English, go ahead and throw it in. Just go ahead and say, you know what, all right, it was cool. Unless you're in Chinatown or somewhere like that where that's going on, you shouldn't be seeing stuff like that. That reminds me of what I always tell you guys about the border. How there are signs. There's a sign in the desert. If you get disoriented, if you get abandoned by a coyote, if you become dehydrated, you become sick, whatever it is. If you find yourself in the desert trying to reach the United States from Mexico, there are these stations with signs on them. If you push the red button, help will come to you. And the sign is in 3 languages. And I always ask people that don't know about the border crisis, I say, okay, guess the 3 languages the sign are in. Okay, just guess. And people never guess all 3 languages. They usually guess English, Spanish, but they never guess all 3. I'll say the sign is in English, Spanish, and Mandarin Chinese. Why? Because Mandarin, well, not Mandarin Chinese, but Chinese illegal aliens are the number 2 group behind Mexicans coming across the border illegally. So, I mean, it's real down the border. It's dead serious. If you see stuff in Mandarin Chinese here in America, you know there's an actual issue. Unless, again, you're in Chinatown or some kind of well-known ethnic Chinese area or hub. If you're not there, then you got a problem. You shouldn't be seeing a sign in Mandarin Chinese in the Mojave Desert or wherever that is in between the southern border. You shouldn't be seeing that. You got to ask yourself, why am I seeing that down here? Is this a Chinese area? I don't think this is a heavy Chinese area. So anyway, I digress. So be safe out there. Be ready to do with black ice as well, because that's the thing. If you have any kind of rain, any kind of precipitation, any kind of moisture on the road, and then it becomes nightfall or you have a temperature drop, that can become ice on the road. You can't see it at night. It's black. It blends in with, because it's black because it's clear. It's water. It's frozen water. It's ice. It blends in with the road. It becomes black ice. And if you're going regular speed on that, you can easily slide on it. And it's kind of hard to control. yourself, if not impossible. I saw a video earlier of somebody trying to parallel park on an icy road in the daytime, and the person, I mean, they were just sliding like they were sliding like they were ice skating, literally in their vehicle, in a van. It wasn't even a light vehicle; it was a van. But that ice, man, it's just you're just gonna slide right on there. Black ice matters. African American ice. You guys are crazy. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Ice of color. There you go. That's the one right there. Ice of color. Hilarious. Yeah, saying black ice is racist. You know what? I would not put it past these people to come out and try to say that saying the term black ice is racist. I wouldn't even put it past them. I promise I wouldn't. If they do that, I would like, yeah, that's about right and on brand with what's been happening over the past few years. That's right on brand. Okay? I mean, the whole person of color, like what is that anyway? Person of color. Does it even make any sense to say a thing like that? Does anybody speak like that normally? They took the term colored people and made it fancy. Okay, rather than saying coloreds or colored people, we're going to say people of color. We're going to reverse it, slap an of in the middle, boom, rebrand. The laziest rebrand ever. The laziest rebrand ever. I mean, come on. I saw better rebranding on The Boys that show on Amazon where they changed A-Train's outfit to some Afrocentric stuff. That show, hey, no ad here, no ad, I promise. But if you have not seen the show, The Boys on Amazon Prime, please do yourself a favor and watch it. Just watch it. Take it from me. It's a good show. Now, there is some stuff in there that might be kind of, it's adults only, of course, and it might be a little bit of LGBT, but you're going to find that in any kind of show. It's not as bad as Netflix. Netflix might as well be Bravo Network. It's what's the name of that other network they got? Logo, Rainbow. Just Netflix become Rainbow Network. Everything on there is LGBTQ, elemental P, and it's super LGBT. It's like, am I watching a Netflix series about action, adventure, sci-fi, or is it an LGBTQ elemental P rom-com? Is it a little bit too inappropriate? Is it a little bit too adult? I don't know what I'm watching, but I digress. So yeah. Did you guys catch any good sales? Any good deals on Christmas Eve? How's the traffic out there where you are? Is everything good? Like I said, I know it's cold everywhere, but how are you dealing with it? You have a fireplace. I know a lot of people are living out in the country. They got fireplaces. They're good. I mean, I've been saying it for a while. If you're living out in the country, you're doing great right now, or at least you should be. If you got a stable income or a way to be able to take care of yourself, you're doing good right now if you're out in the country. If you're in the city during a weather event or during any kind of unrest, it can be kind of weird. But if you're out in the country, like if you got a farm especially, and you can raise your livestock and potentially eat that or sell it and make money, you're doing very well right now. All right, you're doing very well. So shout out to all the country people, all the rural people out there. You guys are in a very good situation. All right. Rick 910 says, actually saw All's Quiet on Western Front on Netflix. Very good movie. Okay, shout out to that. Let me see. One person was talking about now Cowboy says, my comments are not on your main screen. I see it right there. I'm looking at it. Some comments may not reach the top of the chat for whatever the reason may be. If your comment's not right there at a certain point, I can't control that. My hands are right here. It's not me. I promise. That's YouTube doing their own thing. So Music Money Man says frozen pipes in Maryland. Yeah, I heard about that, Green Springs. So they're having the last day for Military Circle. What? That's on December 31st, right? And have like a going away party for it. Yeah, Military Circle. You know what? Shopping malls, because I've been in some shopping malls here lately. The indoor shopping malls are a thing of the past, or they're becoming a thing of the past. Like a lot of these malls were built in the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. They're becoming a thing of the past. People, first of all, they're shopping online. Second of all, They want a more outdoor, updated experience. You know, I've been to, if you know about Atlanta, I go to Avalon up there in Alpharetta. That is a good mall. It's open. You can walk it. You can just go up there to just hang out. You have like eateries, like nice restaurants. You can live right there as well. It's mixed use. It makes more sense. And they started doing that here in Virginia Beach back about 15, 20 years ago with Town Center. That was a good start into the future of the way malls are going to be. This indoor mall from The Simpsons and all that kind of stuff, that's a thing of the past. Those are going to die off. Nobody really wants to go there anymore. Yeah, the old malls are vanishing, but yeah, that's something though. NKM, if you got a northern state, you can have an outdoor mall. Yeah, but I still think you can have an outdoor mall, but even in a northern state where it might get cold, because at the end of the day, well, I mean, I don't know. I went to a mall in Miami that was like mixed outdoor indoor. That was a good mall. But the old school mall where it got carpet in it and it's like you got a food court and all of that, that's going to be, if your mall was designed in 1975 and it's still around, it's probably dead or close to being dead. That's just what it is. You know, but it's unfortunate. So yeah, shout out to all the malls. The biggest thing right now is shopping centers or strip malls, outdoor malls. That's the main thing that's jumping right now. Yeah, outdoor malls in Ohio, Tripster. Yeah. Like I said, you can have outdoor malls in northern states because you got to still drive to the mall, even if it's indoor. So you still have to go from outdoor to indoor. And you're going to be inside of a store at a certain point. The only thing about having an outdoor mall like Avalon and Alpharetta, Georgia, is if it's snowing or something, you're going to be tracking the snow or the rain inside the store. But it's not really like that. You got awnings, you got foot mats to wipe your feet. It's not really no big deal. Yeah, the big box stores. Yeah. Hamilton Place. Yeah, Hamilton Place is still kicking. But see, Hamilton Place, Michael, Hamilton Place, it has a distinction of being like the biggest mall in the area. And people travel to come to that mall from Alabama, of course, you know, Georgia, North Georgia, maybe even far as like far west North Carolina, like Murphy, to come to Hamilton Place. But on the opposite end of that, Northgate is pretty much dead. Over in Hickson, that's pretty much dead. But Hamilton Place is, you got a mix of shopping centers, an indoor mall. You got restaurants around there, Cheesecake Factory. You got a Dick's Sporting Goods. You have a bunch of other stuff to be attractions to the mall, rather than just you go inside, you go to Claire's Jewelry and all these 1990s stores that don't really make a difference anymore. Yeah, exactly. No 72 to tear down the strip mall. Well, they tear down the big mall and put a strip mall right there in the same spot, and it'll do well because people just want that new type of thing. They want that new thing. All right, but if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That will help me out tremendously. And we got topics here. Hold on, MacArthur Mall. Yeah, you know what, Michael Critchlow, MacArthur Mall in Norfolk is dying. I remember when they first built MacArthur. I remember when they first built it, it was a whole big thing. And MacArthur for a while was like the standard of malls. It's crazy to see that MacArthur Mall is dying, but I understand why. Because at the end of the day, it has that old school mall appeal. It's like a big box store, almost. It was beautiful, and it's still a nice mall on the outside at least. But you know the problem with MacArthur that I saw kind of from the beginning is that it's a location. You see, they put MacArthur right in downtown Norfolk. Now, downtown Norfolk is a good place, don't get it twisted, but you get the ghetto right there. I mean, you have the nice area and the ghetto side by side, and you're going to have the ghetto kids coming in the mall, acting the fool, and they're going to drive off the more well-to-do people that live in the nice area, and it's an indoor mall, so that's going to drive people away and you have Amazon and all that kind of stuff coming in. It's just a bunch of factors that contribute to it dying. It is what it is. And then you have the outlets that just put up in Norfolk. They put the outlets up there. They put the IKEA. It's competition. It is what it is. Yeah, everybody does most shop online. I love Justice. Just Weiss on Sundays. Okay. Just White. Let's try that one more time. Get your name right. I love Jesus twice on Sundays. There we go. What I say, I love Just Weiss on Sundays. What am I talking about? Anyway, yeah, people do use Amazon a lot. When people still want to go out and do something, they want to have fun. They want to shop. They want to have that experience of having their feet on the ground to shop. But when it comes to certain things, they're going to do a lot of online shopping and get a bunch of boxes to their house. It's to the point where these the Kohl's stores and other stores, they are like centers where you can go return your boxes to. You can return Amazon boxes to Kohl's, and the whole point is to get you to come inside the store and say, oh, okay, I want to buy that and that and that. Since I'm in here, I might as well buy it right here. So they're trying to get you to they're trying to finagle your business. All right. But I got topics that I'm going to get to here. So the Marines, that video, I had to do that video. I would have done more today, but I didn't have my stuff set up the way I wanted. But the Marines, the Marines have become woke, or they are being told to become woke. And I got to just make the distinction, because I'm not sure the Marines are going to do this, but they may. And what I'm talking about is they may ban the use of the terms sir and ma'am. Like, I know me. I love sir. Y'all know how I do. You see, my dad was in the Marines. He was in the Marines. He was in Marine Reserves. And he joined when he was 17. I think he went to Parris Island, boot camp, all that whole good stuff. He eventually became a firefighter, did it for like 22 years, but he was in the Marines. I think he was active for like 3 or 4 years. Then he became reserves. So the thing about him is that it was a requirement to say sir and ma'am to whoever. If me and dad were going to granddad's house or granny's house, saying sir, it wasn't an option. You gonna say sir. You're gonna say sir, you're gonna say ma'am. That was the whole thing. Sir, yes, sir. It was, since I've been a little boy, that was like grilled into me. Sir. So that's why I do it. But now the Marines may ban the use of the term sir and ma'am, because why? Well, because you got to be more inclusive to all genders, because not everyone may identify as a sir. You may have this drill sergeant all in your face, 6'3", okay, rock solid jaw, looking like Hollywood Hulk Hogan, looking like my man, what's my man's name? I forgot my man that had the home invader at gunpoint. Not Arn Anderson, but my man. I know what I'm talking about, the wrestler. I forgot his name that quick. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm going to find his name. And WWF. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw, my man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah, you could look like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You could look like Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You could look like Blade from the Marvel Comics. You could look like whoever. Okay, you could look like the guy from Full Metal Jacket. Anybody. But I can't call you sir, because that might not be how you identify. You may identify as ma'am or mix, or your gender identity may change throughout the day. So I got to refer to you as your rank and title, or like your rank in your title and your last name. So, or just whatever you are. So Drill Sergeant Anderson, Captain Phillips, shout out to Tom Hanks. Whatever your rank, whatever your last name, I got to refer to you by that, or just whatever you are, rather than saying sir or ma'am. But check it out, Triple H, exactly, Triple H, Brock Lesnar. But check it out. Okay, so let's say someone asks you to do something. They say, Private Logan, I need you to go over there and sweep the barracks. What am I gonna say? All right, all right, I got you, boss. Ain't no problem. No problem, homie. No problem, dude. What am I gonna say? Yes, sir. So what do I say now? Yes, George Sergeant Anderson. Yes, Captain Phillips. Huh? I don't really understand. It's weird. But this was a study that the Marine Corps commissioned from the U of Pittsburgh for $2 million. The study took 2 years to complete. It's hundreds of pages long. It's like 700 pages, some kind of crazy mess. It's hundreds of pages long. It took 2 years, $2 million. And they're recommending that the Marines cut the use of sir and ma'am because it's too gender identifying. We can't have stuff that's too on the nose like that. We don't really want to go that direction. That's not what we want to do. We want to have things be more equitable, more fair. So your Bruce Jenners and whatnot of the world ever get a fair shake. That's the whole plan here. That's a Captain Person, hilarious. Yes, Captain Person, hilarious. That's nuts. So, and you know what? Maybe that could be for the better if you are going to allow all these different genders in the military. Because what I don't want to do is have a situation where you can't call somebody sir or ma'am because they don't identify as sir or ma'am. So you got to come up with some kind of random pronoun that they created yesterday. It's like somebody said it right there. Yes, frog, self, frog, zir, zer, zim, it, all these ridiculous pronouns. But that's where we're going, though, because a lot of the kids coming up nowadays, not all, but some, too many, I would say, not even the majority, nowhere near the majority, but a lot of kids coming up nowadays, it's normal for them to be like, to not really be binary, to be gender non-conforming, to just have random things you got to call them. Yeah, my name is Ed Smith. I identify as a mall rat, and my pronouns are they, them, sometimes her, him. At 2 o'clock in the morning, when I go to the refrigerator to get something to eat, I don't have any kind of pronoun. I'm an invisible pronoun because I don't want you to see me go to the refrigerator. I'm invisible, so you can't see me. So my pronouns are none because I'm not even really available to you at that time of the night. That's how they operate. That's how they think. It sounds silly. It is silly, but that's how they think. And they are dead serious when they talk to you like that. So I don't know. I hope that this does not mean the military has become compromised or that they are trying to compromise it. That's probably what they're trying to do is just compromise it because the military, that's the last place you're able to still be a man or one of the last. You can still be a man in a lot of different places. You could be a man in hard labor jobs. You know, if you're up on that telephone pole, and it's like raining, and you trying to fix the wiring up there, you could still be a man right there. Obviously, you could still be a man in these hard jobs. But like institution, a famous one, an important one that matters to the country, they're trying to weaken that to where it doesn't really matter about being a man or about being strong. Now, I understand you got some women that are in the Marines and some women that are in the military but they're not the focus of this whole thing going on. They're not the focus. The focus is the men. They don't care about the women. The women are going to be what they're going to do what they want to do regardless. They're trying to attack the men. You see, the whole gender thing don't really affect the women, but it affects the men. Because they want to weaken men. They can't have the sir, yes, sir. They can't do that anymore. So that's just what it is. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to tell your name up and forgive me already. I apologize to you right now. Mogwai Centurion. Mogwai. Yeah. Work on the oil rig with a roughneck. That's a much different situation there. You could be a man right there. But in the military, they're trying to weaken that. Can't say sir anymore. Can't say ma'am anymore. That's the recommendation. Now, will the Marines follow through with it? Maybe or maybe not. I mean, they commissioned the study and they spent $2 million of your tax money on the study, and it took 2 years. And my question would be, why did they commission the study to begin with? What was the purpose in doing that? What was the reason to commission the study? I mean, was it a problem at a certain point before? Was it an issue? I suppose it was. I can't really call it. Yep. So let me see. I'm reading so many comments here. You guys are wild with the comments. I can't read all this stuff here. Yeah, but hopefully the Marines do stay strong. That'll be my goal as well. We can't have this go to a different direction, but we're going to see how the whole thing plays out here in the future. And they also want the other branches of the military to do the same thing, to not have any more pronouns, sir and ma'am. No pronouns at all. They say no pronouns. Not even about having 1,000 pronouns. They don't want to have any pronouns, and that's to avoid any kind of misgendering or whatnot. Particularly, I don't really care if I misgender you. If I misgender you, I'm sorry. It's not my fault though. Okay, if I see Hacksaw Jim Duggan in my face, I'm going to safely assume that's a man. I'll be like, okay, I'm seeing the scruff face. I'm seeing the hands look like he's been working on rooftops for the past 35 years. I see a man in front of me. I'm not worried about misgendering you. It's like, sir, I see your dress you got on. All right, but that's not really enough to tip me over the edge and call you something else other than what I see. Matter of fact, I got a few memes and whatnot for you guys, of course, as always. I have the memes on deck. That's one of my main things I like to enjoy is giving you guys the memes. If it'll load up for me, that'd be great. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. But let's get that meme on deck while I'm thinking about it. If I can find it. I might not be able to. Oh, well, here's something I want to show you guys. Have you guys seen this? Wait a second. Have you guys seen speaking about the LGBTs and all that kind of, have you seen the new pride flag? Now, this flag was designed by somebody, and they revered that person as, like, I don't know, the aficionado of flag making. I'm not really sure. But look at this. So you have the LGBT, the regular rainbow. There's a red umbrella in the center of it for some reason. There's a purple circle on the left. You have all kind of stuff. You got the black and the brown. Why they put the black and the brown in there? Like, what's race got to do with it? See, they're putting. See, the pride flag has become something other than what it was intended. First, it was just about, well, first, it was the rainbow that it took from the Christians. That's a whole different story. But as far as a pride flag being the pride flag, it was about just the LGBT. Then they put trans, and I don't know what this white stripe is. What's the white and the yellow for? What's the purple circle for? You got the intersex, I think, trans, black people, and brown people. How's that? Why is that in LGBT? I don't want to be in the LGBT flag. You see, it's like, I don't. If you're a black person, aren't you just part of the gay? If you're gay, why is it got to be a special part of the flag just for you? I don't understand that. How that makes any sense? So yeah, I don't want to be in the flag. I think I'm cool on that. I've seen some of these flags with Ukraine in it, and the whole Ukraine thing is a mess. That whole thing with Zelensky. The whole thing with Zelensky is a crazy mess. I wish they would just stop. I mean, I'm gonna find that one picture as well. The meme I want to show you, but I also want you to see what's happening with your man Zelensky. I mean, we covered it last time, but I got more. I have more to show you that maybe I didn't show you last time. Yeah, I got much more here. Hold on, it's a whole lot, and we're gonna get into it in just one moment. Hold on one second here. Oh man, I got some pictures for you. It's very confusing, I would say. Oh, and you talk about Salt Bay as well. You remember the Salt Bay, that guy that had the salt? Remember him? He's in trouble. I'm gonna get back to that. Okay. So here are some pictures for you guys. I'm not sure who that is right there. She's a member of Congress. Not photoshopped at all. I don't know how to describe this person. If you guys play video games at all, and you play any kind of role-playing games, this is like the person that would give you your quest. Okay? If she would tell you to go and find 3 herbs and spices across the land to bring back to her to make a potion for you to cure all your ailments. She has on what appears to be a bob wig that's blue and black or purple and black, some red framed circular glasses, a coat with all types of flowers and plants on it. I don't know what's going on. It's a whole lot happening right here. All on this man Zelensky. Here's something else. They're all on him. They're all touching him. It's like, who is this guy? Really? Who is this guy? And then here's something. Here's a video of your man Zelensky. And you know what? This video reminded me of the whole Paul Pelosi situation. Was that guy there for a home invasion to attack Paul and Nancy, or Paul or Nancy? Was he there to be a guest for Paul, an invited guest? Or was he there as an invited guest of Nancy? Did Nancy invite him there before, and then he gets kind of crazy over her, and he's trying to find her, and he can't find her? You understand where I'm going? So here's a video of Nancy and your man Zelensky. Talk about cringe and awkward. Look at this. What is going on here? I mean, I just don't have words. And this flag, did you guys see the flag? With all the stuff on it, like it's a signed yearbook. They're fangirling over this man, Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, why are you fangirling over this guy that done took so much of the taxpayer money? I don't really understand. You should be trying to ask him questions like, hey, where's the money going? Holding them accountable, because you got constituents, yes, and we have questions that need answers. So what are we talking, like, why are you all on this man? Why are you like he's Brad Pitt or something? What's really happening here? Y'all, I can't call it. I can't call it. Yeah, that was a disgrace. A pure disgrace. Now, shout out to Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert for refusing to stand when he was announced. All right, let's play it. There they go, right there, sitting down.
I believe.
So shout out to them. Shout out to them for standing for something by sitting down. I mean, because I can't even really put it into words. It's so weird in the DC Beltway, I suppose. It's a really popular thing to support Zelensky. But once you leave the Beltway, once you get into the regular homes of people don't really like this. They don't like spending all the money. They may not like Vladimir Putin. They may not like so-called Trump supporters or whatever it is, but they also don't like this guy Zelensky taking all this money, and it's like kind of unaccountable for it. They don't like that too much. They don't like that. Hey, and don't worry about the kiss and the hug and the virus anymore. That's a thing of the past. We're not worried about the virus no more, are we? We're not worried about communicable disease. We're not, because everybody's triple, quadruple, quintuple vaxxed, right? So it doesn't matter anymore. That whole thing with the masks was completely ridiculous. I mean, completely ridiculous. It was a mess. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Yes, Zelensky is an actor for the U.S. This is a proxy war, and I'm gonna find that clip of. But okay, before I continue, I gotta find the clip of your man Lee Zeldin admitting the proxy war, and then people in my timeline talking about, oh well, sometimes proxy wars are good. ABL. It's like, man, look. Check it out. This is the reason. This is the reason why Trump won. People don't understand. They're trying to get it. They're trying to move past Trump, but they keep doing the exact thing that got Trump here to begin with. We did not want foreign war. We did not want to be involved. America first. That was the thing, right? People are struggling right here at home. We don't want to send billions to Ukraine to help them when we got people that are starving, veterans starving right here in the streets. Why are we sending billions to Ukraine every day? For what? A proxy war? For why? Talking about some, oh, well, they're fighting our enemy. Our enemy? Who's the enemy? Our enemy right now is a little drug called fentanyl. Our enemy right now is veteran homelessness. Our enemy right now is a corrupt Congress people stealing money, insider trading, all kind of stuff, right? Our enemy right now is a thing called inflation. Our enemy is not Russian Federation. How are they our enemy? Why is it a top priority of the Republican Party? Why is it a top priority of anyone in America trying to fight Russia when we got our own problems right here in the country? The problems we have right now, we're not really dealing with at all. And if we are, we're not dealing with them very well. So I'm getting triggered. I am getting triggered, so I digress. Let me find this clip, and then I keep on rocking here. That'll help me out tremendously. Hold on. So hopefully it's here. Hopefully it's here, because I gotta find that. Let me see. Yeah, I probably won't be able to find it here because there's so many clips that are going on. It's so many things that are happening. I might not be able to find it, but it's all good.
I would imagine that members are going to be there in person, and they're going to be.
Okay, that ain't it. That ain't it. I'll keep rocking here. I will keep on rocking and rolling. Let's get to the whole thing about Salt Bay. Now, remember, Salt Bay, and it'll make sense when I'm talking about this guy right now on this stream. It'll make sense because it's like this actually was kind of an international incident. It was a kind of international incident. Now, me personally, this is not really my world, but I'm going to cover it because it was a thing that happened that really, it made news worldwide. Not just in the U.S., but really not here, but really worldwide. So, you guys may or may not know who Salt Bay is, but I'll give you a picture and then it'll all come, you'll understand. Okay? Remember this guy with the salt and all of that? This guy is from, I think, Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. I forget his actual name. But you guys let me know in the comments. This guy is a very, very, very successful chef, actually. He owns a bunch of these restaurants. There was one restaurant he had in Miami. I saw it. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now. Sur Al-Net. I can't, his Turkish name or whatever. I can't actually pronounce the name. Okay, yeah, Nusser Et Steakhouse. There's one in Miami. I saw it. Okay. So that's it right there. All right. Nusser Et Steakhouse, Miami. That's him. And his name has Nusser Et in it. Put it to you that way. So this guy's very famous, very popular chef. Has global restaurants. Got a restaurant in Dubai, restaurant probably in Turkey. Saw one in Miami, probably one in New York, LA, etc. So he was able to get into the World Cup, and he was able to be on stage basically with these guys while they're getting the actual trophy. Not only was he able to get the trophy, he was able to touch it. He was able to take pictures with Messi. This guy was doing everything, right? But FIFA, I think, came out and banned him from the actual World Cup because of his behavior. Now, here's the video. of what happened.
Salt Bay.
Let's roll it here.
Trying to get clout, take photos with players. The World Cup itself, the trophy. I don't know why he was permitted to hold this or touch this. This is crazy.
How is he there?
Look at, he took the cup out of the player's son's hand. Keeps grabbing the trophy, mad cringe.
Yeah.
Trying to put salt on the trophy. The video has gone viral with Messi himself. Look at how weird and awkward this is. So here we are. Hey, Messi, hey. What's up, man? What's up, man? Oh, that's okay. What's up, man? Hey, Messi, let me grab your arm, though. No, get over here, man. Come on, Messi.
Oh, my
Bro,
God.
stop tugging and pulling this guy. Leave him alone. He just won the World Cup. Why are you biting the player's medal with your mouth?
What the fuck going on?
Salt Bay is aware that he's cringe because he posted this, then he deleted this. Bro, aggressive as hell. And then Messi like doesn't even eat. Messi like bro. Salt Bay trying to get clout, take photos.
So this was an international incident. Personally, look, I'm gonna defend Salt Bay. I'm gonna defend him because look, check it out. First of all, you gave me a pass. I'm wearing a pass. FIFA, y'all gave me a pass. I have a pass to be here. Like you told me, I didn't just rush my way into the actual thing. You gave me a pass and I'm here first. Second, if I'm gonna get to that kind of stage, the World Cup, the biggest sporting event in the world, I'm going to act a fool. I will act a fool if I get to be that close. I'm going to bite the medal. I'm touching the trophy. If you let me get up there, then I'm up here. What you want me to do? Just stand up there like a statue and say nothing? Just to use my name as Salt Bay, this famous guy, up here at the World Cup stand? No, I'm a act up. If you allow me to be up there, I'm gonna have fun. I'm taking pictures with Messi. I'm biting the medal. I'm doing all that. If you don't want me up there, then don't let me up there. What should I do in that situation? I'm going to do whatever I can. If I got to pass, yes, I will. Yes, I will. But they banned him. Unlike FIFA, y'all are a corrupt organization. Y'all got more pressing matters than Salt Bay biting the medal at the World Cup. Or talking about something. They said, oh, well, it was inappropriate. He shouldn't have touching the actual trophy was off limits. It's only a select few who can do that. It's like, man, come on. If you don't want me touching the trophy, don't give me a pass. Don't give me the access that you granted me. Yeah, if you give me a pass to the World Cup and let me go right there with Messi, right there with after they won the World Cup, nah, I'm acting out. Period. I don't think it did anything wrong, but of course, people they got this weird kind of etiquette going on. All right, whatever. If it's like that, don't even give me the pass. I watch it from the stands like everybody else. That's how I would do. But that was an international incident, so they banned him. Hold on, I think he was banned from a few things, not just the World Cup, but other things. It was crazy. So, yeah, so then the U.S. Open also banned him. It's like, was he at the U.S. Open or was he at the World Cup? I don't understand. Why is he banned from the U.S. Open? Isn't that tennis or am I tripping? Like, what is going on? Hold on. So the U.S. Open also banned him. I mean, these rules are so weird. So yeah, the U.S. Open also banned him from finals, and FIFA has an investigation into his behavior. An investigation. Why? Investigate yourself, FIFA. Investigate your corruption and money taking and all that kind of stuff. So that picture right there, him kissing the trophy, big. That was a big no-no apparently. But again, you give me a pass, you let me go up there, I'm gonna do that. If you don't want me to do that, then just don't give me the pass. Just I'll watch from home like everybody else. I want to go to the World Cup if I can't do that. I don't blame him at all, man. Free Salt Bay. So this article says many found Salt Bay's behavior at the World Cup to be outrageous. His name is Nusret Gux. I can't pronounce that. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Turkey, get better names. But anyway, so he's no longer allowed to attend the U.S. Open Cup final in 2023. So next year. So they banned him right there. Imagine your official account says Salt Bay is hereby banned. He don't have a name. He don't have a name though. Like he has an actual first and last name his mom and dad gave him. Salt Bay is banned. Are we a serious place or what? Are we a serious world where you banning guys by their nicknames? Anyway, if it's like that, why give him a pass? So FIFA hasn't yet announced any punishment. The punishment. What kind of punishment could there be? Did he break a law? The organization has launched a probe into how he got onto the field after the game. He gave him a pass. Additionally, FIFA said that his appearance on the field breached World Cup rules, which say that only winners and heads of state can touch the trophy. The 18-karat World Cup trophy costs around $21.3 million. Wow, that's something. 21.3 for that trophy. That's a whole big bag right there. Following a review, FIFA has been establishing on how individuals gained undue access to the pitch. After the closing ceremony at Lusail Stadium on 18th of December, the appropriate internal action will be taken. So, yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's crazy. You get banned from things that are not even necessarily, affiliated with which, I don't know, whatever. I mean, look, okay, somebody says he didn't play and earn it. That's the point. Well, if you're a head of state, you don't play either. If you're a head of state, you don't play. If you can touch a trophy as long as you're a certain person, as long as you're tied into whoever people want you to be tied into, then it's fine. Okay, you could be a head of state and a winner. So if you're what's the name, King of England, you could do whatever you want. I don't know. They gave him a pass, so whatever. Anyway, I digress. He's in trouble. Like, what's going to happen? He going to get locked up? I wouldn't be surprised if they try to lock him up, but that's not going to. I don't think that's going to happen. That'd be just over the top. He ain't break no law. It was just people said it was inappropriate. But again, you take me out there, you give me a pass, we're gonna go straight to the moon. All right. Speaking of going to the moon and all that kind of stuff, Avatar. Have you guys seen the new Avatar movie? I've not seen that, but I heard that it's super long. You talking about what? Almost 3.5 hours? That's a little bit much. I mean, I understand you want bang for your buck. You want to be able to enjoy it, whatever. But come on, like 3 hours and 12 minutes or whatever it is. And if you watching the previews, like if you get there on time and they got previews, you could be there for almost 3 hours and 45 minutes. Like you'd be approaching the 4-hour mark. It's like, nah. Can I get a part 1 and 2? Maybe you could have just done a part 1 to the film and then did a part 2 like a year later and filmed it all in the same time. I'm sure they had to cut some of the movie down to get it to be 3 hours and 12 minutes. If you would have left some of this stuff in and made it 4 hours and cut it to 2 hours rather than 3, that'd be better. And really, once you get to 2 hours, it's kind of long for a movie anyway. I saw Black Panther, and that was a little bit beyond 2 hours. I'm like, okay, all right, now we got things to do here. Time's a wasting. You understand what I'm saying? Time's a wasting. So, like, what's really going on? So, yeah, 3.5 hours is a little bit too long. One guy had a heart attack. I don't know if that was because it was a long movie or because of the 3D effects. It was one guy in India. They said he just got excited, had a heart attack. I don't think that's because of the movie. I think it was just because he was, happy to see the movie, and that was it. But of course, like everything else, they are accusing Avatar of cultural appropriation. You guys brought it up in the last stream that we had, but I just want to kind of bring it right here for you. So, indigenous people react to director comments, cultural appropriation in new Avatar movie. Now, this looks like they're blue. You see these people right here, or so-called people. These are blue, like aliens, right? Okay, so these blue humanoids, aliens, are now being accused of cultural appropriation. So, I mean, I don't understand. I see every culture on these people. If you're going to kind of relate it to humans on Earth, I'm seeing black, white, Asian. I'm seeing everything. It's not one particular thing. So, I mean, if you're like so-called indigenous, whatever that means, because that's not even really a real term in my opinion, because like let's say for example, the Maya, they came from somewhere else. They're not indigenous to Mexico. They came from somewhere else, like North America, like North America, current day US or Canada. They came down from there and invaded whoever was right there at first. Same thing with South Africans. A lot of the South Africans that are there right now were not native even before the white man came. A lot of South Africans, aside from white people, came after the Dutch came because it became prosperous when the Dutch came. So they wanted to come and benefit from that the same as everybody else. A bunch of Central Africans and Nigerians and whatnot came to South Africa after the white man came. Talking about some, oh, I'm native. Native to where? Native to Cameroon, not South Africa. But anyway, I digress. So now there's cultural appropriation remarks because of the Avatar people. So I'm going to read some of this, not the whole thing. Following last week's release of Avatar, where the water has been quite a bit of buzz, both positive and negative, about the film, its success, and what many call cultural appropriation. Also, Avatar has not really met their target when it comes to making money. They made quite a bit of money, but these Hollywood blockbuster, big budget, CGI heavy films cost a ton to make. I'm not sure how much Avatar costs, but I'm sure it's close to the tune of $1 billion. Matter of fact, hold on. Before I continue with that, I want to see Avatar's budget. Avatar Way to Water budget. So yeah, that cost $250 million. $250 million. All right. So the first one was 230 million. That's interesting. Hold on. That might be a little bit low. Let's see. How much did it cost to make the first one? Well, no, okay, they're saying it cost well beyond 250. So this one, the first one cost about 250. Okay, and it made well beyond that. It was the highest grossing movie of all time. That's the first Avatar that came out 13 years ago, way back in the day. So the new one is between $350 and $400 million to create. That's just the budget to put it out. That's it, and they got to make that back and then turn a profit. So, how much have they made so far? Let's look and see if they have anything on the Wikipedia. How much have they made so far? And has anybody seen it? You guys let me know. So they made $681 million so far. So they made their money back. But they probably want to make like in the tune of probably about $2 billion, $3 billion, something like that. Now the first one, how much did that make? Hold on, let me see if I can find the first one. And how much they spent versus how much they made. So back in 2009, the first one they spent $237 million, and they made $2.923 billion. So almost $3 billion from a movie. With a budget of $250 million, they made $3 billion. So if they spent double this time, they probably want to make about $5 to $6 billion on this one. But they've not reached $1 billion yet. So it might kind of go, it might not really reach where they want it to reach. So we'll see how that goes. We shall see. All right, but let's go ahead and check it out here. Let's go back to the article. Now, some native people are boycotting it, apparently. They're boycotting it. Do not watch Avatar, The Way of the Water. Yui Bege, I don't know. I'm butchering the name. A Navajo artist tweeted in the post that's been retweeted nearly 12,000 times. Quote, join natives and other indigenous groups around the world in boycotting this horrible and racist film. Our cultures are appropriated in a harmful manner to satisfy some white man savior complex. No more blue. Hold on. I'm gonna get it together. No more blueface! Exclamation mark. Lakota people are powerful. Really? So you thinking that they didn't took the Lakota people, put them in blue, made them start flying, made them start swimming, and then that's cultural appropriation. Is that what we're going to go with? Is that where we are? It's completely nuts. Some of the outcry stems from a recently published article in The Insider where Cameron described the storyline for Avatar akin to the European colonization of the Americas. Oh, that's his fault then, because he already put it out there like that. So James Cameron already then said it's like the Europeans colonizing and all that. Okay, so that's his fault. Right? If you don't want that kind of heat on your movie, then don't put it out there like that. Just make it be a good movie and don't liken it to real world events about the Europeans colonizing. That's a you are asking for trouble. I feel like maybe he did that for second controversy to drum up ticket sales. That could be what's going on. So yeah. In the Guardian story, Cameron is quoted as saying, I felt like it was 130 years back in time watching what the Lakota Sioux might have been saying at a point when they were being pushed and they were being killed and they were being asked to displace and they were being given some form of compensation. This was the driving force for me in the writing of Avatar. I couldn't help but think that if they, the Lakota Sioux, had a time window and they could see the future and they could see their kids committing suicide at the highest rates in the nation because they were hopeless and they were a dead-end society, which is what is happening now, they would have fought a lot harder. Yeah, James Cameron, that's your fault, Doc. Anything like this, you put it on yourself, really, because now you to put it out there like, you know, it's an issue and you're trying to help them, but see, you're being accused of the whole white savior complex, and at a certain point, they got a point. At a certain point, they got a point because it's like you're making it be about them and their whole struggle and whatnot, but they may not want you to tell that story about them. So then they're going to kick back. So, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to the Lakota. Shout out to James Cameron. I've not seen the film yet, but I don't like all that extra stuff, the wokeness and all that kind of. Just give me a movie that is cool, a good movie to watch. All that extra stuff, I'm not really trying to hear it for real. Are the Smurfs suing Avatar? That'd be funny if they were. That'd be hilarious. You know, you got blue people doing cool things. Yeah. They're appropriating the Smurfs. There you go. Blue face is nuts. But hey, man, everybody gotta have a grievance, right? And I guess some people, their grievance is Avatar. They feel like it's a little bit too far representing them in the way they don't want to be represented. So whatever. Have you guys seen the film? I'm gonna watch it, but the time, it's just so much time. It's like, who has, like, I can make that kind of time, but good grief, do I want to spend like 3-4 hours of my day? I mean, I need an intermission. Can I go get something to eat? Can I use the bathroom? I mean, what in the world? I'll tell you what though, I'll definitely watch it when it comes to video on demand. When it comes to the streaming, I'll definitely watch it on the streaming. Okay, I got my TV, I got my sound bar, my subwoofer. Let's get it. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it there because I have time to kind of like pause it. I watch like it's a Netflix series or something like that. I'll watch an hour, then go do something, come back, watch another hour. I watch it throughout the day rather than just in one shot. And you know what? I kind of like what they were doing during the pandemic, the panorama, whatever it is. I like what they were doing with, they were putting out movies on the streaming services. I like that because I want to see a movie in the movies sometimes, but sometimes I don't. And this would be a perfect time to have it be on streaming and in the movie theater. But of course, they want to put it in the movie theater because they want to get that money. It's got to be an event. They want to be able to sell you on the other stuff, watch the previews, blah, 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 blah. They want to be able to do that. I understand. They want you to see it in IMAX and 3D and the whole 9 yards. I get it. But still, let me get the option to watch it at home if I want to, because that's just way too long. But anyway, I digress. Exactly, JK. Movie theaters are a ripoff. You spent $70 last time for crap. That's the game. That is the game, because you could just watch. Like, let's say, for example, back in the scamdemic days, if you got a movie that came out on video on demand, it was $20, right? You can have your whole living room filled up with 20 people, or however many people you can fit in your living room. Watch it together for $20. Versus when you go to the theater, you got to buy a ticket for each person. So you see what I'm saying? Like if you got 10 people at $20, that's $200 you leave it on the table, or at least $180. You see what I'm saying? If the tickets is $20, if the tickets are $20 at the movie theater, or even $10 for 10 heads, that's $100. Versus at the house, $20 get you 10. You see what I'm saying? The math ain't mathing. I'm not buying no popcorn. I'm not buying nothing. I'm just gonna have some nachos and some salsa from the Wally World and have a good night. That'd be pretty much what it is. All right. Yeah, with boxing, of course, Brenda. See, with boxing, it's the same thing. That's why the pay-per-view is so expensive. It's like $60, $70, because they know you're gonna just bring. You might have a party at your house and watch it there, or you go to a bar and watch it there. You know, and it'd be a whole crowd of people watching it together, rather than everybody buying a ticket. And the thing with boxing that they got over a lot of other events is that it's live, and they can sell tickets to the actual live show as well. So you got live tickets and pay-per-view plus sponsors, hand over fist money. Okay, you got the boxing shorts on. You got all kind of sponsors on it. They are doing pay-per-view. They got pay-per-view sponsors as well. And then they have the tickets in-house, pay-per-view sponsors on the stuff, all of that going on. That's why Mayweather and all these guys make so much money, and the Jake Pauls make a lot of money as well. Jake Paul is a complete mess. I wish Jake Paul would kind of go away, because boxing has now become WWE. Maybe that's a good thing, because at a certain point, if you have just pure boxing, you got guys getting brain damage. I don't know. But if we're going to have boxing, let's let it be boxing, or let's let it be WWE. Let's not have to be this kind of weird middle ground. You know? I don't know. But if you like what you're hearing so far, give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. I'm glad you guys are here. Merry Christmas. Have you guys had any confrontations at your dinner table? Has anybody tried to, get offended, get triggered? I've not had anybody, I chill. I don't say too much. I chill. I don't say too much. I don't start problems with nobody. If anyone tries to say anything politically related, I don't really entertain it, because I already know that people can't handle that type of conversation. They're not ready for that kind of conversation. They're not ready for me in that conversation, because I know most normies are not really built to deal with it. They're not built to deal with it. They don't know what they're talking about. So when I start talking, they're going to start crying, and it's going to be a mess. And I don't want to have anybody say, oh, Anthony made me cry. He always does this. I don't want that to be me. So even though it wouldn't be my fault, because if somebody starts a discussion with me and at the end of it, they start crying, it's not my fault, but I know where it's going to go, and I know they're going to blame me. So I'd rather just not do it, just to be the bigger man of the situation. Yeah, I won't even do it. I had one of my cousins try to bait me, and it was like during the Zoom type thing. I don't want to get into that. That was a long story, but he tried to bait me in talking about politics, and everybody got quiet because everybody knew it was for me. I didn't say a word. I was like, okay, cool. That's nice. And kept it moving. I didn't say nothing. Inside of me, it was the devil and the angel on my shoulder. The devil was like, yo, tell him whatever you want to say, man. Don't worry about nothing. If you start crying on that bed he laying on, so what? Oh, well, it's his fault. But the angel was like, man, look, Anthony, be the nice guy here. Don't do this to this guy. Don't. You got family watching. You got, you got just too much going on. It's a rough time. People dealing with all kind of, just be nice. So I took the angel's advice. and the devil just went in the back. But the devil sometimes wins. And that angel and devil, sometimes the devil wins. Say, man, say what you got to say. If you start crying right there, oh, well, man, it ain't your fault. You ain't do it. But I'm going to go ahead and digress. I have a couple of videos here for you guys before we keep moving here. Oh, here's a scenario I wanted to show you guys. Now, this is a real scenario of something that actually happened. This actually happened. So it's a question about what should happen in this situation. Now, this woman had her car stolen. Well, she didn't have it stolen. Somebody stole her car. She tracked the car down, and then as she retrieved it, she shot and killed the two guys that stole it allegedly at a gas station. Now she got locked up. Now, for that information right there's more to the story that I'm not gonna get into right now. But for that, just like a hypothetical situation, for that situation, should she be locked up or should she be free? Would you say, let her go, free her, or would you have her in jail, go to trial, get found guilty? I mean, what do you do? Now, I don't think what she did is legal, but do you feel like she should get leniency? Y'all let me know in the comments. That's a real thing that happened. So again, someone stole her car, or some guy stole her car. She tracked it down at a gas station and then shot and killed the two guys that stole it and then got her car back. So jail, prison, long time, short time, no time. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. It's more, now, like I said, there's more to the story, but I won't get into that because that'll kind of change the answer, I think. See that as hypothetical and answer it that way. Okay, y'all let me know. Hey, man, because it's like, okay, somebody steal your car, you just let it go. You call the police. Like, what are we going to do? Because sometimes people do things that are illegal like that. I think that might not be legal what she did. It depends on the situation. It's like if she went to get the car back and they were threatening her and then she defended herself, that could be one thing. Or if she got the car back by shooting first and asked questions later, that's something else. So, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. You call the police. I won't do nothing. Free her. Did she have a kid in the car? I don't think so. Some say in prison. Some say free her. It's a little bit of everything going on. She went John Wick. That's right, Killer 699. She did go John Wick for sure. Yeah, exactly. It could have been self-defense. She could have gone to the place. Like, let's say, for example, there was an air tag in the car, and she follows the air tag to the car, like, the iPhone air tag. She follows the air tag to the car. She's like, hey, y'all stole my car. And then they start to get aggressive with her, and she pulls a pistol. Boom, boom, boom. They die. What do you do if they got aggressive with her first? If she approached them normally without the aggression, they aggress upon her and she aggress back and they die, then what? If they were armed, that'll make a difference. Absolutely. That would make a difference. So I'm seeing mixed responses. You guys are all over the place. Some say a car isn't a reason to kill somebody. Some say free her. Some say if she was aggressed upon, then, hey, it's self-defense. Some say give her a short prison sentence. Some say long. Some say it's everywhere. That's kind of a polarizing question, and that'd be kind of a Christmas dinner table discussion right there. So, Anthony, I saw this story. How you feel about that? Hey, man, I don't know too much about that, man. I'm just over here trying to eat my chicken, my chicken and my turkey legs and my ham and my stuffing and dressing. I don't know nothing about that right there, man. I just be watching. I watch Netflix and that's it, man. I don't even watch the news. I just talk about politics, but I don't watch the news. I don't know who Candace Owens is. I don't know nothing, man. Don't ask me no questions about nothing right here at this table. But once I get up from the table and I talk to people that I can kind of talk to about politics, then I let it all out. I talk about everything. I talk about some things that I want to get into right here. Okay. Oh, okay. And okay. I got one more video, and then I'm going to get to a topic that I almost forgot about. I don't know how I almost forgot about it, but I did. Here's a funny video that you may have seen. It kind of went viral, I think, on Facebook. Y'all check it out.
Mark, how you feeling out there?
Again, the same way I felt about 8 minutes ago when you asked me that same question, right? I normally do sports. Everything is canceled here for the next couple of days. So what better time to ask the sports guy to come in about 5 hours normally earlier than he would normally wake up, go stand out in the wind and the snow and the cold and tell other people not to do the same. I didn't even realize that there was a 3:30 also in the morning until today. It's absolutely fantastic, Ryan. You know, I'm used to these evening shows that are only 30 minutes long, and generally on those shows I'm inside. So this is a really long show. Tune in for the next couple hours to watch me progressively get crankier and crankier. How do I get that Storm Chaser 7 duty? I feel like Clint got the better end of that deal. You know, that thing's heated. The outdoors currently is not heated. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that I can still feel my face right now. The bad news is I kind of wish I couldn't. Can I go back to my regular job? I'm pretty sure, Ryan, that you guys added an extra hour to this show just because somebody likes torturing me, because compared to 2.5 hours ago, it is just getting colder and colder. Live in Waterloo for the last time this morning, thankfully, I'm Mark Woodley, News 7 KWWL.
So yeah, shout out to my man Mark. Shout out to the sports guy for going out there and braving the elements. You know, I know you want to do your sports half hour in and out, inside, nice and cozy. They got you out there. Hey man, hey, you're working for the news. You might have to do stuff like that. Whenever they need you, whenever they call upon you, it's like, Mark, man, look, let's go out there and cover the snow, man. It'd be all right. Iowa, man, you talking about freezing cold. Hey, man, he's a weather guy now, ain't he? And no more sports. You sports? Nah, we're going to scratch that. Do weather. Why well, sign up for that? Hey, man, it's in your contract. It says whatever, do whatever you got to do. There you go. So shout out to him. Oh, that overtime pay has got to be crucial right now. Yeah, the overtime pay has got to be something else. So, yeah, shout out to Mark for doing what had to be done. All righty. I'll probably put that on my Instagram page as a short. I couldn't really put it on YouTube because they got like a little limit as far as how long it can be. It's like an hour, not an hour apart. It's like 1:31. I can only put 1 minute on YouTube. I could put 1:30 on Instagram. So I can put it over there for you guys if you guys want to see it again. Alrighty. But let's talk about this one topic that I wanted to get to before we get to some calls. I can't get to calls. If I'm not I'm gonna try to calls. Hopefully they work pretty well. Hopefully Skype don't work. Hopefully Skype does not get in the way, but it shouldn't. But anyway, that's right, Sean B. You gotta do whatever you are called upon as necessary. Somebody says, "What's the temperature here?" It's cold. It's like maybe 20 degrees. I think last I checked. I think it's 23 degrees right now. Yeah, 23. So not as cold as where it is some places. Some places it's like 0 degrees. I can't do it. I couldn't. If you're living in a perpetually cold place, bravo, hats off to you. Because I like the warmth. If it's like below 50 degrees, I'm not really feeling it. I need it to be between 55 and 95 or 85. 55 and 85 is a good range. Once you get above 85, it gets a little bit hot. I could deal with it, though. I rather deal with very hot temperatures and very cold temperatures. I could deal with 100 degrees on a hot summer day. Okay, put some flip-flops on, some shorts, T-shirt, and we ready to go. But 0 degrees, I mean, you got to bundle up like a snowman, scarf, hat, the Pooh Shiesty ski mask, all of that kind of stuff. It's a mess. Tory Lanez, thank you, Dave. Tory Lanez. Now, Tory Lanez, you guys, man, I know who he is, but Tory Lanez is a rapper. and singer, but mostly a singer. That's what I know him more for, singing. From Toronto, but he's also been in the States for a long time. But I know him for being a singer from Toronto. So he was dating Meg Thee Stallion, the rapper, the female rapper. Let me see if I can find a picture of them right quick. And it's a whole big long story, but I won't bore you to death. Okay, I won't bore you to death. But Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, were dating. They're hanging out together. They go to a party at Kendall Jenner's house. Yes, that Kendall Jenner. They're there. Meg's friend Kelsey is there. I'll talk about her in a minute. There are quite a few people there. They're all there at this party. They're hanging out. And after the party, there's a big argument between pretty much everybody that was in their little group. Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, Kelsey, everybody. It's a big argument, but mostly between Meg and her friend Kelsey, the young lady. Now, at the end of the fight, Meg Thee Stallion winds up getting shot. So that's them right there. That's Tory Lanez on the left, Meg Thee Stallion on the right. Tory Lanez is about a cool 5'4", 5'5". Meg's my size. She's like a good 6 foot plus. So there's a big difference in the height. When the story first came out, people were saying that she was dating. We know what dating means. Dating him. Nobody wanted to believe it. Oh, she's too tall. He's too short. And she was denying it, talking about, oh, we didn't do anything together. We were just hanging out, blah, 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 blah. All that was a lie. They had a relationship where they were just them, doing whatever they do as adults. They were dating. And what happened was Tory, this guy, wound up dating her friend Kelsey, who was in the car. So what may have happened is Meg right there and her friend Kelsey found out that they were both dating this guy, and they begin to fight. Witnesses say they saw two women fighting outside that night. And the same witness says that one of the women goes back to the car during the fight, and that's when he hears the bang and sees the flash coming from her direction. You see? And after that, he saw a little guy shooting. Now, the whole time this has been going on, this case has been going on for about a good 2 years. The whole time, Meg Thee Stallion, this person right here, the young lady, she was saying that this guy shot her. But witness accounts and other things point to that maybe not being true, probably not being true. His DNA was not conclusive on the gun, but her friend's DNA was on the gun. The young lady, the girl, she was fighting, her friend's DNA was on the gun. The magazine did not have his DNA on it, so he didn't load the magazine. So maybe he shot her, maybe he didn't, but it's leaning more towards he didn't. Why would he shoot her? He has no reason to shoot her. There's a motive, but the motive is with her friend because her friend is upset with her. They're actively fighting over this guy. So she had been drinking. They all had been drinking. They were all drunk. Here comes the gun. She shoots it. Maybe probably not even trying to shoot her, just trying to play with the gun or just trying to shoot to scare her. But what happened was, I think the bullet grazed her foot. That's how she got shot. So when Meg turns around and sees Tory with the gun, she may think that he shot her. But in reality, he probably took the gun from the friend and then emptied it in the air so she wouldn't shoot her anymore or shoot at her anymore because they had all been drinking. It would have made more sense to just take the magazine out, but they had been drinking. You see what I'm saying? The friend brought the gun into the picture because of the whole argument situation. Okay? But this guy right here got found guilty on 3 counts. The friend was not found guilty. Oh, and the friend, here's something else. The friend I'm telling you about, who she was getting in the fight with, The friend was granted immunity before she gave testimony in this trial. She goes to court and says, hey, can I get immunity? They say yes. They had no plans on even prosecuting her at all. Their whole plan was prosecute the guy, Tory Lanez. So he gets found guilty on all charges. This was a miscarriage of justice. He didn't do it. The friend shot her. The friend has a motive. There's DNA. There's an eyewitness. There's everything. Meg, the person I showed you, lied and said that she did not have relations with Tory Lanez. She did. That she didn't fight with her friend. She did. There were so many lies going on. There was so much stuff going on. It's a whole big mess. You got Jay-Z involved because Meg Thee Stallion is on Rock Nation. It's owned by Jay-Z. Powerful lawyers, media influencers, press relations, political connections, all kind of stuff going in her favor because she's a big ticket item, big money maker, and he's not. I think she wants to protect her girlfriend, her friend girl, whatever you want to call her. They're not like that, but just her friend, Kelsey. And she wants to attack him because he cheated on her, quote unquote. And it's easy. I'll just lock you up because you had the gun that night. And you're the reason why we were fighting anyway. I'll lock you up. So now he could face 25 years in the penitentiary for this. Now, I think he'll beat it on appeal. He'll beat it on appeal because, really, that case was completely bogus. The friend did that. Her friend did it, and that's why she got shot. He has no reason to shoot her. She said that she saw him shoot and say, dance, B. That's why she got shot in the foot, because that was the whole thing about dance, like I shoot you in the feet. But he didn't do it. And if he did do it, you got to ask yourself this. Why was the friend's DNA on the gun? Why? How did the friend's DNA get on the gun? Whose gun was it? If the guy's DNA was not on the magazine, how did it get loaded? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, definite miscarriage of justice. Some may not think it's a story worth covering, but I think it is because ultimately you have a situation where somebody got sent to prison that's innocent, in my opinion. They definitely got sent to the penitentiary that's innocent. And it shouldn't be like that. And I think that anybody who believes in justice should look at this case and be like, you know what, this was a miscarriage of justice, and it wasn't just. It was something that was really inappropriate to happen. So we're going to see. We're definitely going to see. All right. Somebody says that they don't believe in divorce. Divorce happens. That's the way of the world. Like, you know, you're talking about what, like a 50% divorce rate in the country. I mean, that's just 2022. People just got to get with the times, really. You know, it's unfortunate things like that happen, but it is what it is. You know, try getting married first. People have kids all the time, don't need to get married. Get married first. We got to focus on marriage first, making that be a thing, and then tackle the whole issue of divorce. But anyway, I digress. Yes, we all know that a stallion is a male horse. I promise we know that. I mean, you're not the first person to say it. I don't really. These rap names and R&B names aren't necessarily the best names in the world. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not going to find a bunch of logic in the rap name. Childish Gambino, what is that? He literally said he put his name into a rap name generator on the internet, and that's what they kicked back with, Childish Gambino. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to the name. It's just a name. So you can't really assign logic to things that are illogical. All right. Now, yeah, and to say what Brian D said, your friends can get you in trouble. You got to pick who your friends are very well, and also who you date. Pick them very well. Who you date, who you marry, who you're friends with, pick them very well, because Tory's situation was he was with the wrong people. Meg Thee Stallion, known to be a drunk, known to be violent, belligerent. And then you're dealing with different at the same time. You know how women are. A lot of times they're emotional. You're going to be two-timing them. That's all bad. I'm not saying he deserves to go to prison for that. I'm just saying you putting yourself in a bad situation by even dealing with them. You know, if I was with somebody, if I'm dating them and I see any sign of aggression, any sign of mental instability, I'm going to go ahead and cut you off. I'll ghost you instantly because I know that's dangerous for me. That's for anybody that's dangerous to be around a person like that. If you're around a person that's like mentally unstable, not really wrapped too tight, they fly off the handle at the slightest thing, that's very dangerous for you to be around that because you don't know what they're going to do from day to day. You have no idea. So yeah, that's just what that is. So yeah, shout out to everybody here. Yeah, you got a problem. Exactly. Somebody said it. Billy Foreman said he got a zipper problem. He does have that. He can't keep it where it's supposed to be. Dealing with all these women, and you dealt with the wrong ones. That's just what happened. It couldn't be me. You know, it's a lesson to anybody. If he goes to prison and serves all that time, the 25 years that he's facing, and he doesn't beat it on the appeal, that should be a cold, hard lesson to any young man out there, anybody, period. If you see any sign of aggression, any sign of a problem potentially happening, you need to leave that situation for sure. All right? That's just what that is. Somebody says Anthony, Cardi B, Logan. What's that got to do with... I don't know. People are weird. All right. But anyway, let's go. Let's go to Super Chats on deck, and then we get to the calls, hopefully. We'll try to do that. Well, I'm gonna say one more thing about that. Be careful about who you with. Be careful about who you are around. I got one story. So let's go to January 6th. I'm gonna link January 6th to this, and you'll see how I'm gonna do it. Now, quick story, not a long story. So don't nobody say get to the point, or you will get blocked. So I've been to quite a few political events, right? And I typically know who's going to be at the political event. It could be a Brexit event. It could be something else. I know who's going to be there. It's a controlled environment. It's not really like anybody can be there. You got invited people. You got press passes. It's more of it's a thing where it's controlled. You know who's going to be there. I go to them because I know that it's going to be cool. It's not going to be weird. It's going to be all good, right? Because why? I don't want to be around the wrong people because they can get you into trouble. So when the whole January 6th thing happened, it was just a regular rally, right? The Stop the Steal rally. That's what it was proposed to me. And before it all happened, people were going. It was a plan to go to the Stop the Steal rally. People were inviting me to the Stop the Steal rally. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I don't really want to go to that. Because I already knew that it was going to be too broad of an invitation. You're going to have all kind of guys there. You're going to have bad actors there. You're going to have guys that are not even conservative there trying to start trouble. Because I had just been in D.C. before that in 2019 or 2020. Yeah, in 2020. I was in D.C. before that, and I saw Antifa a little bit. They were kind of around, but not really in big numbers. Because our event was kind of a surprise. So they weren't really ready for us. But we did see them there. We saw some of the remnants from the riots. They had buildings boarded up still. So I knew that this event was cool because it wasn't really publicized. It was more of an invite-only type thing. It was going to be cool. But I knew the next year, the whole January 6th thing, that it was all over the internet. Everybody was coming. It wasn't an exclusive thing. Anybody could be there. So I already knew that it would be a problem because of who could be there. And I was right. So again, be careful about who you're around. This is why you always ask when you go into a party, yo, who's at the party? Who's all there at the party? Oh, so-and-so there? Little Pistol Hammer's there. I'm not going to be anywhere with a guy named Pistol Hammer. How about I don't go? Click, and that'll be it. So I digress. Let's get to the supers, and then we'll try to get to the calls as well. The number to call, 434-658-1220. I'll try to get to the calls. If I can't, then it is what it is. It's not my fault. Blame the white man. Y'all know how I go about it. Let's go to the first one here. Where we at? 1224. Okay. Let's see. Thank you to Jerry T. Ricky Ray. Ricky Ray says, here's money for a Dallas Cowboy hat or F&N hat. Thank you for that. It's $2. That get me a hat right there. Thank you to Jerry T, who says, ABL, when you have time, take a look at the Missouri women who tracked down her carjackers and killed them roughing these streets. I saw that. I just played that a little while ago. Ms. Nikki says, I'm in Suffolk, Virginia, and the win yesterday was brutal. Yeah, the win was bad. The win was terrible. Like I was saying earlier, Mike Tyson handing out haymakers, but they continue. I have asthma, had to puff on my inhalers twice yesterday from being outside. Well, be careful out there. Be careful. If you can stay home, just stay in the crib right now, because that cold, I know that cold is bothering you because it'll make you have your airwaves kind of collapse a little bit. So be careful out there. And thank you for your super chat. Thank you to Keena, who says, Merry Christmas, ABL, and everyone in chat. Merry Christmas. Ginger Roman says, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you for that. Miss Nikki says, let the faucets drip when at home, when the temperature drops. Absolutely. Thank you to UP Gartner for your donation. Thank you to Laura Catherine for your donation, who said, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you to Bob K MIT, who says, ABL, if I type China is playing a long game to take over, is it not coming through Big Brother? Oh, yeah, that's probably what's going on. They're not letting you type certain things because YouTube got their own rules. It's not me. Thank you to G James EW for becoming a member. Appreciate you for that. Thank you to Lancelot, who says, Happy Holidays, ABL, from my family to yours. Thank you. Thank you to Devour Eagle, who says, Merry Christmas, Mr. Logan, and all here, with a bunch of emojis. You got the Santa Claus and the Christmas tree and whatnot. Thank you for that. Thank you to D. James EW, who says, being a vet, no way should it be this way. Talking about the Zers. No more, sir, ma'am. Test123 says, Merry Christmas, ABL. Thank you for all the shows this year. Love all the way from Australia. Thank you for that. Test123. Thank you to Devour Eagle, who says, Zelensky, oh, a fellow method actor, huh? Thank you to Coaches99, who says, hope you, Miss Logan, have a great Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks to everyone in the chat tonight for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream. See you next year, everyone. Well, thank you for that super chat, man. But now you know it's just me, but it's all good. It's me and my family out here in VA. All right. Shout out to Rise and Ability, who says, much love, ABL. Merry Christmas, bro. Thank you for that. Thank you to J.R. Williams, who says, Merry Christmas, ABL. Braced for 2023. Oh, I'm braced for 2023. I am braced. I'm ready for whatever at this point. I have no fear. Thank you to Bob K MIT for the donation, who says, welcome home, ABL. My trusted Pete Bob. Enjoy the family. Will do. Thank you for that. Did I get everybody I wanted to get to? Yes, I did. Okay, let's try to do supers here. I mean, pardon me. Let's try to do the calls. Let's try to do the calls. And y'all give me a second to try to start Skype. I forgot to test it before I ran the stream, but we're gonna get into it the best we can. All right, y'all hang tight here. And the number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All right. Skype got his own mind of his own. It's trying to sign in. We'll see if it does it. Yeah, if you've been drinking, I mean, try to just not. try just not. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have very high interest rates coming up in 2023. Get ready for the interest rates coming up. I predict you're gonna have your mortgage rate go to 10%. I see it coming. I mean, it's been going up and up and up. Like when I got my house, like I said before, I got my house in 2020. at a 3% interest rate, and now you're at 7% interest rates. And just in 2 years, went from 3 to 7%. So going to 10 is not outside of the realm possibility. I see that happening for sure. All right, so I'm gonna try to Skype having the problem. I'm gonna try to start Skype one more time. Y'all hang in there with me. We gonna get this thing rocking and rolling as soon as we can, and we'll just do it that way. Is it gonna be 12%, Bob? 12% interest rate for a mortgage? That's completely crazy, but I wouldn't doubt it. Wow. Marquaz Centurion says, I'm in the car business. I've seen 850s at 8% on a new vehicle. So a credit score of 850 at 8% on a new vehicle. I mean, I refuse. I totally refuse. You know what? If it's me, I'm not going to pay. First of all, I'm not even going to buy a new car at that point. I mean, let's get a lease on deck. Let's get a lease on deck, but the leases are probably in that same, dealing with the same principle, right? I would presume. Because, I mean, at a certain point, it's also a loan, and you got to get it financed. That's crazy, though. Yeah, I'll just try to find a used car and rock with it that way. Because I don't see any purpose in doing anything else other than that. Take That Dummy says, I had to turn down buying a new vehicle too, and my credit score is about that high. Yep, Seattle, Washington. Wow. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Les says, yes, ABL, I have a perfect credit too, and ready to lease a car. And it's over 7.5. I'm not too happy about that. Yeah. Somebody said, steal a car. Let's not steal a car. Let's not be lawbreakers. Let's not do that. Sean B says, we're going to do shit like Randy Moss, straight cash on me. Yeah, straight cash on me. Shout out to my man, Randy, hometown hero. Used car has higher APR. Wow. I mean, you got to buy it in cash, though. That's what I was thinking in my mind, buying it cash. But then again, can you even find a used car to buy in cash? Can you afford it? How much is a used car going to be in cash? Like $20,000 for a used car? You go to Carvana, you paying 25 bands for a car that got 80,000 miles on it. You buying a used car for 25,000. It could be a Honda Civic or something crazy. My favorite soda. I can't say I have one. I'm not a soda guy, really. You know, I'll tell you what I like. These drinks I got from, they got them everywhere, though. They got them at Walmart, Target. But I first found them at Buc-ee's in the cold section. I forgot what they called. Some kind of energy drink, but it's not like a Red Bull or nothing like that. Like, it doesn't get my heart racing. They market it as an energy drink, but I'm not really sure that it is because it don't do any kind of weird thing to me. I forget what they're called, but you guys probably seen them in the stores. They got them in big packs. What are those drinks called? Okay, there we go. Skype was taking this sweet time to get started, but I think we good now. But it's something that those drinks are called. I forget what they're called, but they're really good. Okay. Celsius, thank you, Haley Wood. Celsius, you're correct. Those are very good to me. Love them a lot. So I'm a fan of the Celsius drinks, 100%. That's my wave. Okay, so if you guys want to call, go ahead and try 434-658-1220. If it doesn't work, then I have Skype open, but if it doesn't work, then it's not gonna happen. You know, dealing with traveling and whatnot, sometimes it gets weird like that. All right. Only Faygo drinks, White Claw. Nah, not Bang or Monster. Definitely not Bang. I ain't trying to have no, have my heart jump out my chest. I ain't trying to have that happen. All right. Yeah, Skype is acting a complete fool right now. I'm gonna try it one more time. It opened, but it's like nothing happening. So it's kind of weird. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, blame it on the white man. I blame it on the white man for real. But okay, coffee. I don't really drink coffee like that. But if I drink coffee, I drink those cold frappuccinos from Walmart. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. They're probably bad for me, but whatever. But I don't really drink coffee at all. If I do, it'd be those. But normally I just drink like water. Yeah, a lot of water. That's my main thing. That's coconut water is also very good. Coconut water. You go to Trader Joe's, they have the coconut water smoothies are very good for hydration. Like when I had like a stomach issue, got the coconut water with the like a smoothie. It got me right. It got me totally right. Wait a minute, R League. You have a 32% interest rate on your car loan? I mean, what in the world? How is it even legal? You might as well use a credit card to buy it. I mean, good grief. Use a credit card and you have a lower interest rate than that on a credit card, even with a variable rate. You'd be 25% at the max, not 32%. There's no way. It's impossible to have a 32% interest rate on the car. You should have been able to go get a credit card, Capital One, something like that. That's like one of them Indian commercials where you got the really high, expensive money, like an 80% interest rate. That's what you got right there. That's crazy. Yeah, probably did buy it with a credit card. That's what I'm thinking. NKM. That's a credit card rate right there. Yeah, I've been seeing that FM 304 car loans going for about 8 years now. Talking about some 72 months. It's like, nah, we're not 84, 72, whatever it is. I'm not doing it. I refuse to have a car loan that long. I wouldn't. I only lease my cars now, 3 years max. That's all I'm gonna give you. I'm not giving you 8 years of my life of financial responsibility. 3 years. That's it. Oh, you're renting the car, ABL. Okay, well, check it out. If I buy the car and I finance it for 8 years, by the time it's over with, then it's over with. It can't even sell it. Okay, I got calls coming in now. I think. But Skype is not letting me. It's not responding. Okay. I'm trying. I see a call right there, but I can't answer it. So what I'm gonna try is this. This is what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to update Skype, and if it don't work, then I just won't be able to do it. All right. So y'all hang in there with me. Thank you for being very patient with me. You guys are the best. And of course, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Let's go to update. Or if I can let me see. Yeah, I lease all the time. Yeah, but I don't drive that much as far as abiding by the miles. I drive a little bit, but I don't drive that much. It's an option for people. I mean, if you're gonna be, crisscrossing the country, or if you got a far commute, then it may not be a good thing to lease. Or I'll buy a cheap used car. I'll buy a car from an auction I'll buy a car from an auction rather than going to buy a new car at 8 year financing it for 8 years. That's just ridiculous. By the time you get done financing, it'd be time to sell it. If you put heavy miles on it, I mean, you put in what? How many miles in a year? 15,000. If you go hard, 20,000 miles in a year. 2 times 8, 16. $160. By the time you get to be done with financing it, it's going to need some new stuff. The tires already been bought. Timing belt, water pump. It's time for that soon. Now you're going to have probably like major expenses at a certain point with these new cars. If you got kind of an unreliable car, just go ahead and get you a car from an auction that got repoed or something like that. That's right. Take that. I paid 3%, but I got my car I got my house in 2020. It was perfect time, and I felt it. I knew that I would need to act right now to go ahead and get it, because if I don't, then if I didn't go ahead and get it right then, I knew that it would be only going up and up and up as far as the rates. I knew that would happen. Okay, let's try to repair. Let's see if that worked. All right, I'll try one more time. And you guys are the best. Tire prices getting higher too? That's crazy. Oh, electric cars. Oh my goodness, it's me. If you have an electric car right now, see, that's part of the reason why I wouldn't get an electric car. Because, I mean, how reliable can that be right now? If you have an electric car right now and it's very cold, is your car performing very well? How well do those batteries perform when it's very cold or very hot? If it's 120 degrees outside, like you're in Phoenix, Arizona, how well does your Tesla perform in that? Or how about when it's like 30 below in North Dakota somewhere? How does your car perform if it's electric only? Can you fuel? Well, that's probably the correct word. Charge your car, I suppose, like a cell phone. How can you get your car powered if you don't have power? During the Texas blackouts back, what was that, last year? How are you able to have a car but that was a different situation. You couldn't get around nowhere. But even if you couldn't go anywhere in your car, you could still use your car for warmth potentially. Like, let's say the power's out in your house and you don't have gas heaters. You could go out in your car, turn that on, and get some heat. Excuse me. Yeah, get some heat, turn it on, do it that way. If you got a full tank in your car, just go out in that and sleep in that if you got to. But don't be in your garage doing that, obviously. Go outside. That's what I would do. If my power went out in my house and I don't have a way to heat the house without electricity, I would go out in my car, turn it on with the gas, and just warm up in there until the power came back on or whatever needs to happen would happen. So car batteries can explode under extreme heat. Tesla won't charge when it's really cold like that. And then imagine if you're out driving your Tesla and you got to charge it. So let's say you get caught in a cold snap when you're on the road in the Tesla. See, now you got to pull over at one of these charging stations, and that's going to take you a long time. Yeah, I don't understand why this is doing this like this. It's weird. Yeah, it's not. Nope, sorry, the Skype ain't working. But I know what's happening. I think that I need to get a whole update on my PC. I'm gonna tell you what's happening with Skype. So Skype it opens and I can see you guys trying to call, some of you guys, but when I click on the actual app to answer it, nothing's happening. I can't click on it. It won't. It's like non-responsive to me. So that's just kind of what it is. All right. So I'll probably wrap it up here pretty soon. Thank you guys for being here. Merry Christmas. Be with your family and enjoy the foods and all that good stuff. But the reason why I can't do it right now is because I'm on my laptop. I don't have my. Usually when I'm at home, I have a whole big setup. I got desktop, mixer. This is like a very condensed layout. I have just this is Microsoft Surface Pro. So I have like a tablet / laptop, but it's a laptop. It has Windows on it. So I have the tablet right here, the keyboard right here, which is also like a cover. You see, it's like a cover. And then I have a microphone right here on a stand, and I got a mouse. That's it. But at home, I have dual monitors, big PC that I built, microphone attached to the desk, keyboard, mouse, mixer, headphones, all of that. I got headphones too, but these are also wireless. I had these on the plane. You ain't calling my cell phone. Tricky. You ain't calling my cell phone. No. But that wouldn't even make a difference. I couldn't even hook it up to my computer at all. But you're definitely not calling my cell phone. You're sure not. No. I cannot do Skype from my phone. I don't think. Even if I could, I can't sign into it the way I could on my computer. Because the whole point is to get the audio. So it ain't really going to do like the way it's supposed to. So yeah, I already clicked. I did go do the repair on Skype, but I didn't do the reset. Yeah, so I kind of ahead of you. Somebody said go to I could do reset, but what's going to happen is it's going to erase my data. Let's try that. Now I pretty much would know if it's going to work properly or not. All right, so I did the reset. All it did was just take me back out to where I was before I started to take the calls. Go live on IG. I might do that. I might just do that. That's a good idea, Sonya Scrapbook. Thank you for that, actually. I think I'm going to go live on IG. And if anybody wants to, I'm thinking about that. And see, AMG, the thing is, the Skype account itself is not the problem. The problem is the application, the app is not working properly. I can sign in just fine. I can see everything. I can see all the numbers that call in. I can see everything. I can see everything fine, but the problem is I can't use the app. It's not working. The touch screen, I could touch stuff on here and it's not working. The mouse is not working. The touchpad is not working to actually click stuff. So when you call in to answer, I can't. All right, so if I can't use Skype right here, I'm going to take Sonya's advice and go live on IG, Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. And then what I'm going to do is I could bring people on live like that. Yeah, see, it won't let me actually click anything. I can move the window just fine, but I can't click anything. That's the problem. So that'd be what I do. Live on IG. I will see you guys there. So until next time. Oh, before I get to that, I almost went straight to the end. I got super chats I got to read. I'm tripping. I am tripping. I'm getting ahead of myself. Super chats on deck. Then wrap up the calls. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's been a great show. Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys are safe. Hopefully you guys are staying warm. Don't be out there on them black ice road trying to be a superhero. Be aware of your surroundings and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your Christmas holiday. Thank you to Sanso Bartez, who says, Merry Christmas to APL and the best chat on the internet. Will do. Oh, link in the chat? Okay, let me do that right quick. Thank you for that. So let's do it that way. And this would be better, actually, because I can kind of move from this chair where I'm at and be a little bit more comfortable. Hold up. All right, there we go. And you may need an IG account to watch. I'm not really sure. You might not. You should need an IG account to watch, but we'll see. Okay, so that's my Instagram right there. Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. Again, Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. I'll be back live on Wednesday like normal. I'll be back at home on Monday, so I'll put out some videos Monday when I get back, perhaps. I'll try to put something out on that morning, but I'll be leaving early in the morning, so I'll be back like afternoon time to Atlanta, and then I gotta drive back to chat. So I'll be back home probably about like 1 or 2 o'clock. So, but I'll definitely let me see. I'll definitely be back recording live on Wednesday and back doing my regular videos on Monday. Somebody says get a Rodecaster Pro 2. I have a Rodecaster Pro at the house, but it's too big to travel with. Let me see if you're talking about the same thing I'm talking about. Yeah, I already have that. I think. Or what is this? This is a smaller one? Like, how big is Rodecaster Pro 2? I have the Rodecaster Pro, but this is a small thing, then that might make sense for me to travel with, but it looks kind of big too. Yeah, it looks big. You know, I have a very small setup. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? When I get on IG, I'm gonna show you guys my setup, and you can see kind of what's going on. Then you be like, oh, okay, I see what you got. I see what you're doing. Because I don't check any bags on a flight. I refuse to check bags on the flight. I only do carry on. I don't do no check bags on the flight. So yeah, if I could check bags on the flight, I could bring all that big stuff. I could bring my whole computer if I want to do all that, but that's a little bit too much. That's excessive, I say. That's a tad bit excessive, but all right. So that'll be a wrap on the YouTubes. So check me on Instagram Live right now. Thank you all for being here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I will see you on the New Year as well. I'll do a New Year's Eve show too. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace. One more time. I messed that up. I promise I did. You know, I'm a perfectionist. So y'all be safe. I'm out. Peace.